This morning I went and picked up 2 quarts of Flex Seal and I painted all the angles with that Flex Seal and it came out really good, and it sealed it. So shouldn't be any leaks in the roof, and I did the nose cone, and that edge where I cut it out with the plasma cutter, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do there. Half of it's going to be cabinet, but I picked up the 1x4s and the 2x6s and some Gorilla Glue and some pocket hole jig screws. So I will frame those out there. That'll be my next project. And then I've got a bunch of this marine grade plywood. A buddy of mine works for his brother that owns a company that does billboards, and he sells the used marine grade plywood. It has a few screw holes in it, who cares, for a really good price. So I'm going to use the 1/2 inch marine grade plywood on both these walls and probably the 2 back doors, but at least both the walls. So there's a start right there. Next will be framing in plywood. There you go. Service side framed. Not too bad. There's some big bows in the sheet metal down there. I'll have to put some more Gorilla Glue on there, but I'm happy with that. Once I get the plywood cut out and put in, side number 2 coming up. This is the pocket hole jig. Harbor Freight tool, just a cheapie, and it works really good. So you've got 2 settings. You can do it for 1-inch lumber or for 2x4s. And then you buy this bit, well, it comes with the kit, and you run this. I've already done this, but you just run that in there and screw it down in there, and it makes a pilot hole, so it's easier to get screws in there when you're at an angle. That's what they look like when they're finished. There you go. There's a little tiny hole on the end that the screws go through and dive into the next piece of lumber. So there you are. Got the driver's side hung. I couldn't wait for it to dry. I just left the board in there to keep it against the wall. Super rigid. Now I gotta cut the other side. All right, I got the service side in. And now I will let this stuff dry. And then tomorrow I think we should paint this. And then I gotta start ripping out the floor so I can get that done and start building the cabinet and then do the sink and the electrical. Good morning. This morning I painted the walls that I hung yesterday, framed and hung. The paint's called Everlasting, that's the color, so it's like a baby blue. It looks pretty good. Got 2 coats on that this morning. My next project will be taking this floor up and putting new boards in there. Getting that much closer. More coming up.